good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are still awake and have some energy left to listen to my presentation. So I think today we heard a lot of very inspiring and impressive presentations. I prefer to warn you upfront. I'm not a quantum expert, so I will not share with you any algorithm or quantum formula. I, however, work for an institution which is committed to support the scale-up of quantum projects in the European Union. So I will take around 10-15 minutes to tell you a bit more about this institution, who we are, what kind of financial products we have to support and to finance quantum projects in the EU. I will then tell you a bit about my role in this institution and how I can help, and I will conclude then with a few words on a study that we are about to publish and concrete initiatives linked to that. So maybe to start with, I don't know if this is, so what is the right button? Okay, I need support. Yeah, in the middle. Yeah, this one. Okay, sorry. Okay, so financing the scale-up of quantum technology in the EU. So the institution I'm working for is called the European Investment Bank. Maybe some of you are familiar with it. So we are a European institution, and we are the investment bank of the European Union. So that means that our shareholders are the EU member states. We are the largest multilateral lender and borrower in the world, and we raise our funds on international capital markets, and our AAA rating is helping us to pass on favorable borrowing conditions to our customers. We have been created in 1958, and since then we have lended to over 14,400 projects in over 160 countries for over 1.5 trillion euros. And as a European institution, we always cap our financing to maximum 50% of a project cost, because our objective is to bringing other investors on the projects. So we have managed to mobilize around 4.5 trillion euro billion investments overall. We are based in Luxembourg, and that's where I'm working as well. We have around 3,800 staff members. And also what distinguishes us from a commercial bank is that we have engineers, economists, and socio-environmental experts who are here on each project to confirm the technical and economical viability of the project and make sure that any project with finance is fully in line with EU directives. And we have 54 offices around the world, including one in Paris, of course. So as I mentioned before, we have a wide range of financial products to finance a wide range of projects, and the next slide will give you a picture of that. However, because we are at a quantum conference, I wanted to flag a specific product that we have for highly innovative projects, and this is what we call the venture debt product. It's a quasi-equity type of product that is non-dilutive and is usually a combination of debt, so with interest rates and a bullet repayment most of the time, and equity quicker. So usually we finance projects with a minimum project cost of 15 million. Up to 100 million, and because we finance up to 50% of this project cost, the minimum ticket size is 7.5 million up to 50 million. What else should I tell you? So, yes, so basically we disburse in tranche, and the tranche are linked to operational milestones. We provide maturities up to 5 years through these products, and each maturity is linked with a tranche. Yes, and this I mentioned, the remuneration is a mix of interest and warrants. So this is one example of a product for highly innovative projects. Here you see a bit the range of products that we offer in the EIB. The EIB is a group. We have a subsidiary called the European Investment Fund, which is investing in equity through funds. They also provide guarantees, and in the EIB we provide loan to large infrastructure projects, corporates, PPP projects, SMEs, and so on. So here is an example of a quantum project that you certainly all know about, IQM, that we financed last year, February last year. We provided a loan venture debt of 35 million euro for a project cost of 125 million. And this financing was for a project concerning the R&D investment of a new clean room facility. So now coming to, let's say, my role in the European Investment Bank. So in the bank, we have a department called Advisory Services, which is mandated by the European Commission. And the role of Advisory Services is to support projects accessing finance. And in this advisory service, we have a team dedicated to innovation. And that's where I am working, and I'm heading there a team of people supporting the scale up of high impact innovation in digital and space sector. And I'm here with the two colleagues that I will introduce later. So how do we support digital and space projects? We do that through two different ways. One is advice to individual projects. So basically any project promoter can come to us and tell us about their project, and we will help these promoters preparing for an EIB financing, and more generally helping them to access finance. So it can range from reviewing the business plan, the financial projections, to checking eligibility of the project for an EIB financing, and preparing a file to hand over to our lending team in order to accelerate the due diligence and facilitate the financing. So that's one way, providing advice to individual projects. Another way is a bit more upstream, and it's what we would call ecosystem development. And here, it can take different form, but basically the purpose here is to take one sector, such as quantum, and I will give you an example of an initiative in this sense at the end of the presentation. And here we are bringing different stakeholders together to help the scale up of the quantum project. So we can flag one or two questions to brainstorm around, and the purpose is to make sure that any of this brainstorming is followed up by very concrete follow-up actions. So who is eligible to benefit from advisory support? I think you can see clearly on the slide how to be eligible. Maybe what is missing is that the project must be based in the European Union. That's one condition. But so basically, if you are a startup or an established company operating in the digital or innovative emerging technology, including quantum technology, you are eligible if you plan significant investments in the EU to scale up your company. You are eligible if you have already raised seed or Series A equity, and your company will need additional financing to accelerate growth. And you are eligible if you have a sustainable business model, professional management team, and established corporate governance. So if you fit all these conditions, please feel free to reach out to us and to cooperate together. So these are a few examples of ongoing initiatives in the quantum sector. So we are about to publish a study that was co-financed by the European Commission on how to boost Europe's quantum technology industry. The study has been ready for a few weeks or months. Unfortunately, we are a bit delayed for the publication, but it will come very soon. And the study has led to 3 recommendations. I think it will be nothing new for you. The first one is that in order to scale up the quantum industry in the EU, we should develop tech transfer. So in other words, simplify the transfer of scientific leadership into early stage commercial quantum ventures. The second is the funding of growth finance, so increase investments to ensure that most technologically advanced and commercially promising companies can access capital needed to grow and scale. Nothing new there, but I mean, the report is providing a bit more content on this. The third one is where my team is working on is on the wide adoption, so scale up the market uptake to create an ecosystem where we would bridge knowledge gap and increase market uptake of the industry. So this can be done through, for example, a quantum finance lab, and I will say a few words about this, and also through engaging larger corporates from Europe core industry. Then, of course, we have a transversal recommendation, which is increasing the policy support, regulatory environment, such as what Europe did, for example, for the CHIPS Act. Now, just a few words on the Quantum Finance Lab. So this is a follow-up of the study. So together with my colleagues, we are currently setting up a lab to bring together different stakeholders and brainstorm around the question, how can the EU and the European Investment Bank support the scale-up of quantum projects. And we have already established a few targeted questions. We will organize a workshop with a limited audience in about a month to brainstorm about this, and this will be followed up by other workshops and at the end of the year by a big political event organized by the EIB. So this is it for me. I told you I would be fast. I think you had a long day, so I hope what I told you was clear. So here are my contact details, and my 2 colleagues, Alejandro and Adrian, are here in the room. So we are available to answer questions now, and we will still be there tonight, tomorrow. So please feel free to come to us. If you are a project promoters, really don't hesitate to come to us, and we can discuss if we can do anything for you. And if you think that you would have anything to share in the context of a quantum finance lab, also feel free to reach out to us. We will be happy to have some dialogue on this. Thank you for your attention.
We have time for questions. Any questions for Catherine? One over here.
So the rule is that we can help startups in other countries. The rule is that we reflect, I mean, our thinking is on project. So if a project is developed in the EU, we can support it. but these are, I mean, yeah. So I think if a startup is willing to expand and is building a project in the EU, then you would be eligible to our support and also to potential financing.
Any other questions? Oh, yes, here's one.
On directive, that if you are here tomorrow, you will be no because I mean I'm from the person from the European Commission will make a presentation tomorrow and will be able to certainly bring some light on future directives. Yeah. So the timeline for the due diligence, and this is a bit the limit of the EIB, it's between 6 and 9 months, I would say, between the time you provide your file and the due diligence. It's taking a bit of time because of also what I explained, that we have engineers, economists looking thoroughly at the project. So it's taking a bit of time. On the other hand, once you get the stamp from the EIB, usually you attract a lot of other investors. And I've seen a statistic that it can be multiplied by 3 because it gives like comfort to other investors. If the IB has provided a financing, it means that the project is viable and is good.